why it's such a great thing to come to a Russell Group University, what you can achieve by joining a Russell Group University like the University of York, but also how to apply and get into a university like York, which is part of the Russell Group. So I'm going to go through those different things today, and then we will take some questions at the end as well. So firstly, what is a Russell Group University? Well, the Russell Group represents 24 leading UK universities, and they all have one thing in common, that they deliver world-class research and education. And what that means is that they are research-intensive universities, and the research that they lead on in the UK and globally feeds into the teaching that you receive, whether that's undergraduate, master's or PhD level. So a little bit about the university itself. We are a campus-based university based on the outskirts of the historical city centre of York. We're classed as a medium-sized university in the UK, so around 18,000 students from 160 different countries. As being part of the Russell Group, that does mean that we are highly ranked. So we're world top 100 in the QS and Times, and also ranked 22nd in the UK as well. So those are some of the characteristics you can get from a Russell Group University. Also, our campus, we invest heavily in this, and this is everything from student facilities, from departments, academics, sports facilities, accommodation, and we've invested over 500 million in our campus in the recent years. One thing that you will get at the University of York is excellent support to help you excel and succeed at university. So York is actually ranked first for academic support in the Russell Group, and that extends right across the university. So for academic support, you will have academic supervisors that will guide you through your academic time with us at the university, and they're there for all of your academic needs. We also offer study skills support, so that's everything from English language skills, math skills, essay writing, researching skills, and these are all readily available both online and in person for you to take advantage of as well. We do offer scholarships for academic support as well, so if you excel academically currently, then you would be eligible for some of our scholarships. But it's also welfare support that we take really seriously at the university. And this is everything from our student support hub in the centre of campus that can help you with financial concerns, health concerns, mental health concerns, visa and immigration advice as well, but also our accommodation. So we do guarantee accommodation for international students, but the accommodation at York is in a college system. So what this means is that you have your home from home within the university. So you have all of your academic support in your department and people there to assist you. You have the student hub, which is central to the university, but then you also have your college support system. So colleges are not just made up by the subject you study. We have students living together from all different subject areas. So it's a really good way for you to make friends outside of your subject area. But also within your college, you will have your own college support system, you have your own staff, and you have your own student committee that will help you with any sort of welfare issues you have, but also to help set up social activities, clubs, sports teams, different events to help you integrate. And I'm sure our students will tell you a little bit more about that at the end as well. We also offer an orientation and welcome week plan, which helps you get settled into the UK. That includes pre-departure briefings before you leave and an airport collection service when you arrive as well. And the social side of things is really well supported at the university. Remember, you are here to study, but you're also here to integrate into the British culture, make friends, networking, and we offer over 200 societies and sports clubs, as well as the opportunity for students to take up part-time work while they're in the UK as well. But one of the big focuses and the things that will really help you excel at York is our focus on employability. So we offer a dedicated career service from day one, so the first day that you arrive on campus, and you can use that all throughout your time you're studying at York. This includes things like employability fairs, and we have employers coming on campus to run those fairs, but also offer workshops on sort of working in their industry. We also offer study abroad and year in industry programs, and also paid work opportunities as well, which I'll talk through a little bit more. So to support all of this, York is recognised as one of the top 25 universities targeted by large employers because of the reputation of our courses and our students and the outcomes that they achieve as part of those courses as well. And we regularly have over 450 employers at our careers fair, so they are large-scale careers fairs. But we do also have the added bonus that while those careers fairs are large, we also offer more bespoke careers fairs that are run by our department. So you have the opportunity to have really tailored careers fairs as well, sort of dedicated to the area of work you may be looking to go into. And as well as the sort of careers fairs and helping you find work, I think it's really important to highlight the assistance we give you in getting prepared for the world of work, and also to help you prepare for interviews in that application process. So as all of you will be aware, I'm sure, it's really important when you're at the university to get as much experience and develop as many of those skills as you can. And the university is really well set up to support you in that. We offer things like volunteering projects, community projects where you can get voluntary work experience. And that is a whole range of fields, including education, marketing, event organisation, that kind of thing. We also offer abilities for you to develop your skills and cultural awareness. So we offer global programmes, including study abroad opportunities, summer schools and exchanges, and they're available for all students. And they cover things like going to Mexico to work on community projects, going to South Africa to look at industries that are successful in South Africa, and a lot of exchanges in Europe as well. I think one of the key things that the university offers is sort of preparing you for the world of work and applying for that world of work. So we run a large series all throughout the year called employability skills sessions. So this enables you to kind of brush up on those skills that maybe you think need a bit of development or want to just practice a little bit more. So this could be things like project management skills, presentation skills, data analysis skills, all of those types of things. Also, we do support you in searching for jobs. And again, this can be locally, nationally in the UK, or internationally as well. But one of the most important things is when you're applying for jobs is to be as prepared as possible. And this includes things around CV writing, interview preparation, and assessment centre preparation. So one of the skills in getting a job, no matter where you're applying in the world, is writing a good CV, a good application, and being prepared for the different types of interviews that you might face all around the world. So going through that experience with our careers team, letting them give you tests and examples of what it might be like, will just really help you when you start looking for a job in the future. Now, one thing I want to talk a little bit about now is the York Strengths Programme. So this is unique to York. We're the only university in the UK that runs this programme, and it is purposely designed to prepare everyone for the world of work and to develop those skills while you're at university to put you in the best possible position to find employment after that. So it allows you to find about yourself, what you're good at, what you're not so good at, things you need to develop during your time at university. It also helps you identify what careers might suit you. So some students might be very clear, I'm training in a law degree, for example, I'm going to be a lawyer. However, there is many opportunities that you can take with all of the degrees that we offer at York. So this gives you a chance to explore different options. You know, what else can you do with a law degree? You don't have to be a lawyer. If you're doing a politics degree, you know, you can go obviously straight into politics, but what other opportunities are there? So it allows you to kind of explore those options whilst you're at university. And it also helps you sort of talk about your strengths. I think one thing that's very typical, you might find if you join us in the UK, British people, is we're not very good at boasting about how good we are at things. But when you're getting a job, that is exactly what you have to do. So this programme really helps you highlight what you're good at and about how to shout about yourself and how great you are, so employers can see that. But what I'm going to do is just show you a short video now that kind of explains why this programme is so brilliant for you to take part in at the university. So also in the preparation for employment, again, no matter if you're doing an undergraduate or a postgraduate or a PhD course with us at the university, one of the best ways to prepare yourself for the world of work is to get some experience. And we're really lucky at the University of York that we have a lot of different options for you in this field. So for undergraduate students, we offer a year in industry option with the following courses. So things around the sciences, chemistry, computer science, electronics, environment, but also management, politics, as well as physics. So what this means is that these year in industry courses are sort of directly related to the subject that you're studying. So these are placements that we have with local and national employers that will allow you to get a year's experience. So you would study for 2 years, work on a paid placement for 1 year, and then come back and study with us. This placement year is a graded year, so you do have to complete some assignments, but it is a graduate level placement. So the idea of these placements is that you're working at the level you would once you graduate. And we're also very lucky at York that a lot of students that undertake this are offered a job opportunity at the end of that for them to come back to when they've graduated. Now, if you're studying a different subject, don't worry, we still have an option for you. So all of our courses come with the option to do a year in industry, so do what I've just described. However, this year has the added bonus that it doesn't always have to be directly related to the subject that you're studying. So for example, if you're doing a politics degree, for example, and you think, actually, I don't necessarily want that work experience to be in politics, I want to see if I'm maybe suited to another field, we could get you a year's placement in an advertising company or in a sales team or something that's sort of maybe a different career path to you. And this year allows you to sort of develop all of those skills and add something to your CV as well. So for our postgraduate courses, again, we do have some placements with some of our courses that are listed here. Some of our courses like computer science and electronics have 3-month placement options. And then all of these other courses have different placement options depending on the structure of their course and the length of them. However, if your course is not listed there, or you think, actually, I don't want to add a full year onto my course to make it longer, that's quite a big undertaking. I want to just get sort of short, sharp experience. We have a fantastic service called the Student Internship Bureau. And this allows students to undertake multiple placements, as many as you want, usually over the summer period in a variety of different settings. And again, I'm going to show you this video that explains exactly how it works and why it's such a great service for you to take advantage of.
The Student Internship Bureau works with local businesses to set up project-based paid internships exclusive to University of York students. Most of these opportunities are based in York and the surrounding areas, but we have some virtual internships which can be done remotely. We have opportunities with a variety of employers, large and small, across a range of different sectors. The projects last up to 12 weeks and run mainly over summer, although term-time opportunities are also available part-time. Summer internships can be full-time or part-time. Most SIB internships are open to all current students. For more information, visit york.ac.uk/SIB.
So as you can see, there's plenty of opportunities to get involved in at the university. Alongside our formal internship program that you just saw a video about, we also have a lot of opportunities within your department. So if you're looking to get research experience, for example, there's lots of different opportunities for you to do that when you join the university and join your department. So hopefully all of the things I've shown you so far will show to you what a great opportunity it is to excel at a Russell Group university, and particularly at the University of York, with everything we have on offer to support you while you're with us and for your future development. But first of all, to take advantage of that, you need to apply and be successful at getting a place at the University of York. So what I'm going to talk you through now is sort of what we're looking for from students and how to make that successful application to try and ensure that you get a place at York or at another Russell Group university. So as a Russell Group university, what are we looking for? Obviously, we want a strong academic performance, but we're really wanting someone that will fit into our ethos of research-intensive, forward-thinking university. So someone that's inquisitive, got a sense of adventure, has a real passion for that subject, and goes above and beyond in both their academic and personal life. So when you apply to the University of York, obviously we look at your academic grades, as I explained. We're looking for a strong academic performance, but your personal statement that you write with your application is really how we get to know you and what you're all about and what you have to offer the university. So it's really, really important. We do read all of the personal statements when we're looking through our applications, and it's your chance to make yourself stand out from other people that have applied for the course. So what is a personal statement? It's basically a piece of writing to show us why you're a good candidate. It should cover your academic interest, your achievements to date and what skill set you've developed, any extracurricular activities that you've taken part in that are relevant to the course, and also your future career plans. So not everyone will have a set career path in mind, that's fine, but if you do and you want to demonstrate how the University of York course will help you achieve that, then that's kind of what we're looking for. So it's really important to be clear in your personal statement why you're applying for the course. That might seem like a very obvious thing to do, but often we get statements that say something like, I studied history at A-level and I found it quite interesting, so I thought I would do it at university. Now that's great that you're interested, but it doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence that you've made a very sort of informed and strong decision about your choice to do history. So we're kind of looking about sort of why you're interested in that subject and what you hope to do with that subject in the future, how it's going to develop your career. It's really important to be specific and give examples. So again, we're not looking for things like, oh, I currently work in an accounting firm, so I want to do a strategic leadership course to sort of improve my career. Well, what do you do in that accounting firm? What is your role? Do you have any leadership experience already? You know, give us a little bit more detail about sort of how your skill set is already suitable for your this course. So maybe something like, I currently manage a small team of 3 in my accounting role. However, I'm looking to play a more strategic role in my company's development and therefore move to the next level and manage a much larger team to achieve my career development. So just kind of being a bit more detailed in why you're doing that. Again, work experience is really important. So for all applications, obviously if you're an undergraduate student, you may not have large amounts of work experience, that's fine. And this can be voluntary work experience, or it can be, you know, sort of limited short periods. But the most important thing is to make it relevant. Again, this really applies to master's courses, particularly if you're applying for a different subject area that you may have previously studied at undergraduate or currently working. So how is your work experience relevant to what you want to do? For undergraduate students in particular, extracurricular activities may be a good thing to include instead of work experience if you don't have a lot of that. So have you run any projects at your school or college? Have you been on any sports teams or any societies or committees where you've taken any leadership or organisational roles, that kind of thing? For masters, PhD students, again, extracurricular activities can kind of be a bit wider. So have you participated in any conferences related to your field? Have you had any papers published? Have you taken part in any sort of development programs or training courses in your current employment if you are employed? So it's just really thinking about all of the different things outside of your pure academic and work experience that you can talk about. But when talking about all of this, it's really important to tell us what you learned, not just what you did. So for example, if you attended a conference on climate change and you're looking to go into sort of the environmental field, please don't just say, I went to a conference on climate change and it was really interesting. Please tell us about what interested you about that, which sort of future ideas or development ideas you want to take forward, sort of why you were really interested in that. For undergraduate students, for example, if you've done your sort of EPQ project maybe on, say, something like psychology, so really highlight to us not that you just did that project, but what did you learn from that? So did you learn analytical skills in analysing data? Did you learn kind of which areas of psychology particularly interest you? You know, what did you get from completing that project? And again, a little bit about sort of career aspirations. If you don't have a set career path, that's fine. But if you do kind of highlight to us sort of why you've chosen this subject, how this course is going to help your career development in the future. Again, just some top tips. These may seem really obvious, but this is something that we do see a lot of. So your personal statement is a limited word count, but please do use paragraphs. We do read a large volume, and when the text is all merging into one, it becomes quite difficult for us to sort of highlight the key bits in there. And also, please do ask someone to proofread your personal statement. It's just to make sure that you're not using the correct spelling and grammar, but also that you're not kind of repeating yourself or duplicating any examples and sort of wasting some of those words. So just some tips kind of on the structure really. For undergraduate, because applications to the UK come through UCAS, the personal statement is very set. So it's around 500 words. We recommend a 60 to 70% academic focus and 30 to 40% extracurricular focus in your piece of work. But it's also important to remember for undergraduate that you only write one personal statement for your UCAS application, but you can apply to up to 5 different universities. So please don't write in your personal statement something like, I'm really interested in joining the University of York because that personal statement will go to the 4 other universities that you've also applied to. Or please don't write something like, I'm really interested in studying computer science, if you've actually applied for computer science at 2 universities, but mathematics at 3 other universities. So again, just think about that when you're writing your application. For postgraduate, it is a little bit more complicated. So each university and sometimes each department in each university will have slightly different requirements. So at the University of York, it's between 500 and 1,000 words for your personal statement, but it does detail on our website exactly what is required in your personal statement. So research is really important before you submit your application. Please do this. A lot of students, I know it's time consuming completing applications, but just copy the same personal statement between applications. And if our guidance to you is please write 1,000 words and you only write 500, you've wasted an opportunity. And in the same sense, if we ask you to write 500 words and you write more than that, again, it doesn't give us a good impression on your application form. Also with postgraduate, you have a much bigger opportunity to tailor your personal statement to the course and the university you're applying for. So again, you can really do your research about the course and highlight exactly why you've chosen that course. It could be there's particular modules in there you're interested in. There could be a particular academic whose work you followed and are keen to work alongside. So do have a look at that. It's also really important to plan ahead. So it's another top tip from me. Writing a personal statement is very hard and it does take a few attempts. So please don't leave it till the night before your application is due to start writing. You will have to do several drafts just to improve it and sort of fitting all of those examples. So please do start working on it a few weeks before you need it to be finished. Now, I've given you a lot of information here about sort of the personal statement and the application process, but please don't worry. On our website, we do have a free downloadable guide for undergraduate students for exactly what we're looking for and how we want your personal statement to be structured. And I'll share that link in the chat after the presentation. And for postgraduate students, as I said, we list all of our department requirements and give you sort of hints and tips as to what each department is looking for and how you should structure your personal statement. So now I've told you about why it's great and what we can offer you at the university, what we're looking for and how you should apply. And I just want to let everyone know that we do have some January courses starting for masters. So we have a range of masters programs that are open for January entry this year. So applications are still open, and we have opportunities in the management school, economics, education, mathematics, electronic engineering, sociology, and music. So if anyone is looking to come to the university to study in January, then we have these courses available. If not, all of our other courses will start September 2021. So hopefully you will be keen to join us at the university. And I just want to let you know that once you graduate from the university, that it doesn't stop there. So we have a really fantastic alumni network at the University of York. So we currently have a global alumni network of over 130,000 people from over 180 countries. So what does this mean to you and why is that a great thing? Well, it's not just a massive community of friends. you can both take part and benefit from our volunteering and mentoring opportunities. So this means on one side, when you graduate, we can set you up with a mentor. That could be someone from your home country or someone from your area of expertise. So a fellow accountant, a fellow lawyer, a fellow marketeer, and they can help you, sort of guide you in your career, provide you support and advice. And all of this is a free service that's offered by the university. On the same side, once you've got established in your career, you can then become a mentor for other graduates in the future if you want to sort of support other people in their career. Obviously, I talked a lot about this presentation about the career service that we offer, and it doesn't stop when you graduate. So you can access our career support and guidance for the rest of your life as an alumni of the University of York. So again, those services are often available online, remotely, so it's very easy for you to access them, even if you're no longer staying in York after you graduate. We also offer a large programme of network and development events. So this is everything from kind of social events, but also guest speakers, workshops. So we have some currently where people give workshops on how to get into the environmental management industry, how to succeed in the banking industry. And also, you know, personal networking events where you can go and meet other people working both either in your country you now live in or in your area of expertise to sort of make connections and network with different people. Again, we also offer continuing professional development opportunities. So as an alumni, you do have access to additional training courses, and these cover a wide range of fields, again, around skill development and also sort of knowledge development as well. And a lot of those are available online. So again, you can access them from wherever you are in the world. So before we finish, I just want to give you a little bit of sense of what the difference joining the University of York has made to some of our students at the university.
To me, York is home because it's given me the opportunity to come to this place and really make it my own. Like, this was my shot at coming to a new place, kind of, as cheesy as it sounds, like kind of discovering who I am and like finding my own ground. And that's what I've been able to do. And I think, yeah, I got really lucky that this is an incredible city. The university is amazing as well. And so, yeah, it's really home.
I think the people are just absolutely amazing. The locals. I've never been to a city in the UK where people have been as
So nice.
I'm very, very, very happy that I ended up coming to York.
Okay, so thank you very much. I hope there was a lot of information in there that was useful to you. And I'll stop sharing my screen now and we can answer any questions that we have or hear from more from our current students.
Thank you, Vikki. Now I'd like to pass this time over to Grace, and she's our PhD student from York for politics, and she's been living in York for the longest time, you know. So it's really good to hear from her and the tips that she is going to share with us. Grace?
Thanks, Advina. Can you hear me clearly? Is my voice okay? All right.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. I'm Gracia Paramita. You can call me Grace. I'm PhD researcher at the Department of Politics. I've been living in York for 4 years, as Advina stated. Maybe I would start from living at York first. So I chose living off campus, which was specifically at Student Castle. That's the name where I live. It's very close to the city center. It's just 5 minutes walking or 15 minutes walking to the train station. But if I want to walk to the university, it's around 30 minutes or 7 minutes by bus and 10 minutes by bicycle. The reason I chose Student Castle, which I think there were two reasons. First, the location, and the second was the people of York or the society. I don't have any obligation to go often to the university, like daily basis go there. So I thought living off campus would be much better so that I can get to know more the people of York, or even what if we are curious what's happening in the city, like York Balloon Festival, Jorvik Museum, Jorvik Festival, or even walk around to the city walls. As you can see through my background, I'm with the York Minster as well. Or even if you're a fan of Harry Potter, like the Shambles, or even just want to enjoy the performance at the city center, usually on the weekend, you can see a lot of street performance there. So that's why I think living in the city center will be more strategic to get the vibe and the life of the city. The second reason that I told you was about the society. So it means that I want to know more or explore how many societies or what kind of societies that I can join or contribute. Fortunately, York provided a lot of different societies, historical buildings, social or even communities. One of them that I joined was Saint Environmental Center. So I used to be a volunteer for doing environmental activities, but you even can join dog societies in the city center, or walk tour, a ghost walk tour. I think that's also one of the popular that the students would like to explore, and others. And now maybe I can tell more about the students' life at the university. Wait, maybe I can give you the reason a little bit more about what's the difference between off-campus and on-campus. I think it depends on your needs. If you want to get to closer with the people of the city, you better choose the off-campus. Sometimes it's even cheaper than the on-campus. But if you want to be more intensive or attached with the campus, I think the best strategy is living on campus. For studying or living at the university or any related to the students' experience, I would say York, specifically the University of York, has given a lot of opportunities. Specifically for me as a PhD student, they gave a lot of study skills, like Vikki mentioned, part-time job. I used to be the international student ambassador, and I've been working with Edwina and Vikki Wilson for a lot of times. Basically, we've done campus tours for the visitors or any exhibitions related to the University of York. Or if you're very interested to teach, becoming researcher assistant, they also open a lot of opportunities for that. I used to be one of them. Or even the social lives. Like Vikki mentioned, there are a lot of societies. Even now, I think it's around 250 societies, sports societies, social, dancing, arts, even Taylor Swift Society, if you're a fan of Taylor Swift. And of course, there are a lot of facilities at the university that you can try on. And I think I used to join the university choir as well, and used to perform at the York Minster and Central Hall. I think that was an amazing moment, I would say. And then became the finalist of PhD Spotlight. So that's like a kind of public engagement competition for PhD researcher. So basically we have to share what we are doing as a researcher, what kind of PhD research, to the general public into more simple words. I think that's quite challenging for us, but it's something new that I've tried at the university. And speaking of career, because I joined or I applied for the University of York for PhD, which might be very different with other postgrad students. Of course, in PhD, we have to apply with the research proposal first, but I think some of other master students also need that, especially if you apply for master by research, you are obligated to give your research proposal as well. But if it's like just taught or other postgrads, it's fine. And there's also a specific students union for postgrad students, which called GSA, Graduate Students Association. I think they're very helpful in supporting us as the postgrads. And for undergrads, it's called USU, which stands for York University Students Union. So don't worry about your well-being, especially in this time, very critical time during pandemic. To be honest, I just joined and participated into induction of the new postgraduate research students last week or last couple of weeks. And GSA with USU have provided a lot of varieties of social events through virtual or through Zoom or other social media or other equipments, which mainly supports the well-being of students at the University of York, and of course supports anything that we need related to COVID-19 or any other stress or other pressures that you've been through so far, or even for the preparation to study at the UK. I think that's all from now. I will be very happy to talk to you more, to receive your feedback or any questions, or if you want to hear more about my stories, we can talk later. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. And I have another student of ours, Renata. She's graduated from MA in education, music education. So she's going to share a little bit about her experience at York. Renata?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me here. I'm very delighted to be sharing my experiences with you. Yeah, I'm a graduate from Masters of Arts in Music Education in 2018. It's been quite a while. Yeah, I miss York so much. Just like Grace said, has said, York has been a home for me too. Even though I lived there only for 1 year, but it's really nice living there. And I also lived off campus, so it's really nice to also be able to know more people, not only from campus, but like many people from York. Yeah, but for today, I will be talking mainly about sorry about that. Sorry about that. Yeah, I will be talking mainly about my 1 year experience in graduating masters and how to plan and organize yourself to finish your dissertation. That's the most important thing. Yeah, so not like other departments or other as quite we have lesser time, I guess, in finishing our in the summer term. All the other masters departments, they don't really have classes anymore, but in music education we still do have classes, and it's really challenging because we cannot really like start earlier in focusing ourselves on making dissertations. So it's pretty challenging, but I think by planning and organizing well, you will be succeeded. Yeah. So I suggest you to really have like a diary to write everything, like to organize your thoughts, organize your schedules, and everything. Write down. Yeah, that's very helpful for me though. Yeah, because without writing it down, we cannot really visualize what we want to do. So by writing it down, we know what we want. We can make a timeline. We can target ourselves, and we can like set our goals like very, very clearly. And it's also important to be brave and do not hesitate yourself to reach for help whenever you feel that it's difficult, because sometimes when we do our assignments or when we work on something stuck and probably get bored sometimes, and we have no ideas what more to write, what more to to put down and into writings. So ask questions, ask your supervisors, ask your lecturers, ask your professors, even ask your friends. Like you can talk and share your thoughts with everyone, because everyone in York, I think they are very helpful. They are very friendly and open. They are willing to help you doing everything. And whenever you face difficulties, they are all for you. They are available. So yeah, don't hesitate yourself to ask questions. And above all that, I think being consistent and disciplined is very important key to do as well, because all the things that you've planned and if you don't commit to do it, then it will be such a waste. Be disciplined, be consistent, but don't forget to take a break if you need them. I think that's all from me. Yeah, because you can ask questions later. I will be happy to answer and sharing with you my experiences. Thank you.
Thank you, Renata. Okay, I also want to highlight to you about the entry requirements. Now, we have a very complete website, all the information that you require for undergraduate, whether it's postgraduate by study, or we call it postgraduate top program, or is it postgraduate by research. All the information that you required is actually on the website itself. I will be sharing with you. I will send you a follow-up emails on where you can actually find out all this information. Generally, to enter to the degree program, you will have to have, like say you have done like A-levels or IB. If you are a national student, national syllabus student, you will have to do like a 9 months to a 1 year foundation program with the university before enter into year 1. For the degree, for the postgraduate, we are looking at second class IBEC, second class upper or second class lower. It really depends on each of the programs requirement. Sometimes some programs, they may require you to have second class upper, but if you have second class lower, it's fine. If you have like really good working experience to back you or to support you. So for the PhD program or the Master by Research program, you will have to identify the supervisors, and also you have to send in a thesis proposal. So we are going to take some of the questions that it's okay. For the scholarship itself, we do have scholarships available for undergraduate and postgraduate students. It's called the Academic Excellence Award. You can, I will be including that information as well in my follow-up email. So you will be able to check out the information. So the tuition, it's actually a tuition in a tuition fee waiver form, and it actually ranges between 5,000 to 15,000 pounds. So 15,000 pounds is actually for the undergraduate students. That's actually, we call it a Vice Chancellor's Award, that's spread across the 3 years of study. So all this information I won't be able to explain directly here, but I will be able to get this information into our follow-up emails. Anything else let me see what is okay. So for this maximum personal statement, the word amount is actually 500 words. Is it the same for postgraduate, Vikki? The same, 500 words?
So it'll range between 500 and 1,000 words depending on the department. So I popped a link in the chat which shows you all of our department requirements for a personal statement. So as I mentioned in my presentation, please look at that and make sure you adjust your personal statement to meet the requirements for the application.
Okay, thank you. Any more questions? I think I have seen one more open question. Give me a minute. Let me just read it. Oh, okay. How about the English requirement at York? So basically, our university accept English requirement from IELTS to TOEFL, TOEFL Home Edition to Duolingo, and all this information as well is actually it's available on our web page for all the programs that you want to apply for. So all this information, it ranges between 6.0 IELTS to 6.5. Sometimes if it's for law, it's actually higher, it's going to be 7. So you need to see, because every of the entry requirement is actually different.
So we've had another question, Edwina, asking about the acceptance rate at York. I'm sure this is a question that a lot of people want to ask. And unfortunately, there isn't a set answer to that question. It does depend on which course you're applying for, if it's undergraduate or postgraduate. So we can answer those questions individually, but basically the general principle is if that you have the academic background that we're looking for, if you write a strong personal statement and you meet the requirements for the course, then we will sort of be in a strong position to offer you a place. So I'll just explain a little bit about how it would work. So if you apply to the university, whether it's undergraduate or postgraduate, you would be, usually the usual process is you'd be given what we call a conditional offer. So that would say, as long as you meet this grade requirement with this English language requirement and maybe some other conditions depending on the course, then we will give you a place. So what that means is we hold a place for you. We say, right, this student is exactly who we're looking for. We really want them at York. We'll hold this place for them until you have got your academic results or your English language results or anything else that you're waiting for. As long as you meet the requirements that we've set for you, so your academic and your English and any other conditions, then that place is yours. So we will never offer you a place. You will meet the conditions and then we'll retract that place. That it won't work like that. So you will secure your place at the university. Sometimes if you have all of your requirements already met, so if you apply to us with your final academic results, your English language, everything in place, we'll make you an unconditional offer, which means you're ready to join us, say in January or in September, and that place is guaranteed for you. So if you want any more help on how that works or just explaining that, then please do get in touch with us and we can let you know. But yes, there isn't sort of a set acceptance rate because it does vary by courses. So my recommendation is always to apply as early as possible as you can. Obviously, we do sometimes close courses early if they get full. We don't have a never-ending number of seats for all of our courses. So we encourage you to start looking sort of around this time of year, getting everything together, and we recommend where possible to apply as early as possible, just in case those courses will close. Also on our website, we will update that for any courses that close early. So we do have some courses that do close early. Some of them close in June. Some of them work in what we call recruitment round, where they'll open for a period of time, close, and then open again. So have a look at the website, or if you have specific questions about the subject or course you're applying for, we can answer them sort of directly on a one-to-one basis.
Vikki, another question. How long do we usually receive LOA from York?
Okay, that's a very good question. And again, one that doesn't have a straight answer, I'm afraid. So again, it does depend on the course you're applying for, and it does depend on when you apply. So for example, we have certain times of the year that's very busy, so it will take us a little bit longer. It could take us anywhere from 1 week to 6 weeks if you apply during a busy period. It does also depend on which course you apply for. So some courses are obviously more popular than others, and we get a large volume of applications for them as well. Also, just to bear in mind, in the UK, we have our Christmas holidays. So all universities in the UK shut down for Christmas, and a lot of students tend to apply around December. Christmas in the UK is late December. So if you apply around that time, your application will also be a bit delayed in processing because the UK does shut down for the Christmas period. So on average, it's between 2 and 4 weeks, but it can be quicker. It can take up to 6 weeks. So again, that's really why I recommend that you apply early, so that you have time to get all of your documentation together, sit your English language test if you still need to do that, and then start that visa process once you get to that stage as well.
Thank you. I'm going to take this question, how to apply for scholarship. Our scholarship is basically open usually at the last week of January, and it will actually close on the 30th of April every year. So for this time around, you will need to, one of the conditions is you must have at least a conditional offer in order for you to apply for the scholarship. And so we will have all this information as well available on our website for the scholarship. And I will include that to you.
Can I add something more, Edwina, related
yes.
to the LOA?
Yes.
This might be subjective, but based on my personal experience, York was the fastest response to give the LOA. I've been applying for 10 universities in the UK, and York was the fastest. But I think the tip will be try to apply in early spring until early summer. But this might be biased because, to be honest, the PhD application is anytime. We don't have any specific deadline. So I started to apply in early January until May. But once I got the Skype interview with the supervisors, just a week afterwards, or even less than a week, I got the LOA, unconditional offer from the University of York. But again, this might be subjective. It depends on the departments and also the subjects and the program that you're applying, whether it's postgrads, undergrad. But if you want to apply for PhD, I think the best time will be early spring, or let's say January until May. And don't be afraid if you are coming from Indonesian university, because I'm from Indonesia. I started my bachelor and my master degree from Indonesia, and they don't see like specific universities. As long as you meet the requirements for the IELTS, for personal statements, research proposal, if you get accepted with the supervisors there, that's the difference between PhD and other postgrads. So they don't look at like specific universities where you are from or other backgrounds. As long as you're confident and you have willingness that you're interested and excited to be at York, and you think that the supervisor really needs your research, there you go. Just go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. So we've had a couple of more questions. I think I'll just answer live as well. So a few people asking when you can start applying for September 2021 or January 2021. Well, great news, applications are open, so you can apply now. It's all online. And there's no application fee at York, so it's free to complete your application online as well. Also, obviously, we have IBEC with us today, who are available to provide you with application support if you need help with documentation, advice on which is the best course to apply for, all of those types of things as well. Another question about registration, when will it close? So when is the latest date you can apply? As I've already said, it is slightly different for each course, and we do close courses early sometimes. So there's no set date, but generally courses start to close towards the end of June, but some do close earlier. So my recommendation is to apply sort of by April at the very latest, if you can. It still gives you plenty of time to have a look and do your research and prepare everything. Because also you don't want to be sort of having to rush through that process of meeting the conditions and getting everything together as well.
Okay, I am going to answer. Well, I think it really depends on whether, if let's say you have studied undergraduate certificate with a UK university, can I apply master program without IELTS certificate? It really depends on the admissions decision. So I think what you will have to do is to just submit an application and wait for the admissions to inform you their decision whether it is going to be an IELTS waiver, or you will have to sit for an IELTS test to meet the English requirement.
Thank you, Edwina. So we've had another question about, do I need to have an IELTS test score to apply? So the great news is no, you don't have to have your test score to apply. So what you can do is you can apply before you take your English language test, and then that will become a condition of your offer. So I explained a little bit before. So if you meet all of the requirements already, you'll get an unconditional offer. So if you have your final academic grades, if you have a valid English language test at the right level and any other conditions, it will be unconditional. If you don't have those things in place, so you don't have your final academic scores or you don't have your English language test completed yet, you can still apply now, and we will make what we call a conditional offer, where we hold your place until the time when you can meet those conditions. So that's the difference between a conditional and unconditional, and you can apply without your English language test, even if it's a different test to IELTS, and then submit that to us at a later date as well.
For the UCAS, UCAS is basically for all the undergraduate programs. So if you are applying for a degree program, then you have to apply for UCAS. And I think 1 or 2 postgraduate program at York also has to go through UCAS application. If you were to log on to our system, our website, right, if before you apply, then the system would actually lead you into the UCAS website. So it will actually show you all the information you require. But for undergraduate, yes, definitely you have to apply through UCAS.
So we have another question about applying for the scholarship, and if you have to sort of apply a second time as opposed to your application. So yes, the process would be, first of all, you have to apply to the university for either your undergraduate or postgraduate course. Then once you've applied to us, then you would be able to make your scholarship application. So scholarship applications normally open around January, and they usually close at the end of April. So that's another reason why it's really important to apply early, because if you apply too late, you might miss the scholarship deadline. So please do think about that when you're applying as well. We also have, oh, sorry, Edwina.
Yes, Vikki, this is a question about should be a PhD student or master student. They said that if they need to take families with them while studying at York, do you suggest whether it's going to be on campus or off campus accommodation?
Okay, this is a great question. So at York, we have a lot of students that join us with families or with partners that come to the UK with them. So first of all, we have 2 options. The university does offer on-campus family accommodation. It's usually in Halifax College, which is our biggest college. It's a big community field. It's very close to on the campus, and also sort of very close to a local park, and has its own shop. This is limited, so we don't have unlimited amounts of family accommodation. So again, if you're thinking of bringing family with you to the UK when you study, I recommend that you apply to the university as early as possible, so that then you can submit your accommodation application for family accommodation as soon as possible. If, however, you don't want campus accommodation, or campus accommodation isn't available, there are lots of private sector accommodation families, both close to the university and sort of between the university and the city as well. One thing I would say on that is the university is very experienced in supporting students bringing families to the UK. We have a very good schools network in the city, and we have very good support in the university for helping families settle in, find schools, and also a really good sort of family community. So there's lots of activities that take place for families on campus, sort of sports days and family days, family barbecues. And again, a lot of the societies that we have on campus obviously are open, the International Student Society, and then we do have an Indonesian society, as Grace mentioned, and lots of different societies, and they organise as well sort of family activities. So it is a very sort of welcoming family environment to the university. But it's a good question, because if you are bringing family, you do have to sort of start that planning process a little bit sooner, just to make sure you have everything in place.
The last, I think for the accommodation that we recommend, basically the options is available for you when you apply through our, if let's say you're referring to the online on-campus accommodation, the options are available. You can actually choose up to 7 options in the system, student portal system itself. So we have all this information like the room type and what's the size and how it looks like, all the pictures, and you can actually see the entire floor plan as well of accommodation on our website itself. So I would actually include that information in my follow-up email to you as well, including the Academic Excellence Award. What is it actually covered for? Basically, it's tuition fee waiver for postgraduate students and undergraduate students for a certain amount. Okay, any other questions? I think we don't really have any other questions already. So thank you so much for your time attending for this event. I hope that you really get some useful information and some insights about studying at a university and how do you actually succeed at Russell Group. We just want to ensure here that to assure you that for University of York, we are here to help you to succeed in all the facilities that we have, in all the services and all the support that we have. So we hope that you have a good time today. If you have any other questions, you can actually, I will send you an email and you can actually keep in touch with me. If you want to, interested to schedule individual one-on-one appointment, you can do that as well. To just mention again, for IBEC, IBEC is our official agent recruitment for our students in Indonesia. So you can actually go to them because they have all this information that you required as well. So thank you once again. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.